everybody, so this is, I guess, part 3 of the 2-point perspective. I wanted to point out that I did put some handouts on Google Classroom and on Instagram that does like a little step-by-step of how to do 2-point. Of course, the back side you can't flip over, but both copies are on there. And just like a little step-by-step of where to draw your lines to. This would represent your piece of paper. And what I'm going to do in another video is how to start your city block, how to do your sidewalk and street lines, and how to do all these different types of windows. I think this is upside down. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about windows today. Before you actually start on your city block, on how to do windows for the side of your building. Now this, building that I drew has a bunch of different types of windows on it. Obviously you want to do yours where the window, normally a building has the same type of windows, like it looks like it makes sense, right? So I've already done this one on that little cutout example. So I'm going to work on this guy right now. I just kind of want to show you the easy way to do, you could either do brick, you could do little windows, you could do long skinny, you can do windows where you set it in. You are going to be required to do several different types of windows. And I'm going to show you how to do a balcony too. So first video I'm going to do is just the windows. So let's get started on that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, so my points are up here, right? These are my 2 points. So you can see, the tops of these lines are going to the point. If it's vertical in real life, it stays vertical, okay? Same thing's gonna happen with the windows. In real life, windows are made up of vertical lines and horizontal lines. So if they're horizontal lines, they'll be going to the point. And if you're not sure what point to go to, it kind of helps if you look at the building itself. So see how the top of this building is going to those points? Then the windows on this side are gonna go to that point, and the windows on this side are gonna go to that point. So I'm gonna work on this guy first. So now you know where my points are, okay? And I finally scored this is when your mechanical pencil comes in really handy. So I've got the whole side of this building here. So I'm not gonna draw all these individually. There's actually a quick way to do it. So you line up your ruler with the point, okay? And I'm gonna leave a little bit of space. So I'm just gonna draw like the tops of 3 windows. So I see I did like 3 dashes. I'm gonna come down a little bit and do those lines again. You can make that one solid line if that's easier for you. Then you're gonna go back and do your verticals. And if you know you're gonna do another row down here, you can always go ahead and put the vertical line for the next one. That way you know that your windows are gonna add up. Not add up, line up. Okay. So I'm doing the vertical lines. So there'll be like 2 rows of 3 windows. All right, so now I have to do the tops of this guy. Here's my point. Okay, now as you can see, I went over on a couple little spots there. Let me erase that a little bit. But now do you see my windows all line up vertically, right? And they all line up horizontally, okay? So now I will show you how to do these guys where you have this little inset kind of a thing. It's basically the same thing. You're gonna draw this box, and then you just kind of pick that vertical. This is going to the point, and then that's going to that point. Again, if it's vertical in real life, it stays vertical in your drawing. If it's horizontal in real life, then it's gonna go to one of the points. All right, so I'll do one on this side here. I'm gonna try and line it up with these windows on the other side. I'll do like one big one. This person has a penthouse, so they have a big, huge window, we'll say. Okay, so lines going to the point, right? I'm on this side of the building, so these lines on this side of the building are going to that point. These lines on this side of the building are going to that point. So you kind of see how it splits it. So you've got your one big window there. So go down to this corner and just draw a little line. Oh, that was not very precise, sorry. I gotta redo that. All right there in the corner. Okay, so however long you make that, I mean, that's just like a little, you know, piece of a line. Wherever that line stops, I'm gonna put in a vertical, and where they came together, I'm gonna line up on this other point over here. So it looks like it's kind of set in. You can also use that for, I thought I had an example, hang on. If you wanted to do something like this, like a little garage, right? Same thing. Popped in a vertical, that line's going to that point, that line's going at that point. So it looks kind of like a pulled in garage there. So let me put in another one. So I'm gonna line these up so they line up together. That's the trick is, you know, these windows on buildings line up together, right? You don't want one really tiny, one really small. You want it to look like it goes together. Okay, so I've got my two lines that are vertical, my two lines going to the point. I'm gonna come down to this corner right here. I keep hitting the thing on my clipboard. Okay, just draw like a little line. Then I'm gonna line up these verticals so they're the same. Where that comes together, I'm gonna go over and draw my point. So now I've got these two big windows, right, and these 6 lined up. So there my, you know, building has windows. I might even add like a little small one up here. So I'm going to show you how to start your city block, but I wanted to kind of go over how to do, you know, windows and doors and things like that, because all your buildings are going to need to have them. This document right here is on Google Classroom. I'll post it on Instagram as well. I wouldn't suggest you do a building with all these different types of windows. This is just to kind of show you some different options you have. Long, skinny, little squares. You can even do brick. These long, skinny guys look more like a townhouse, right? I've divided them in half and put little window boxes. We can do balconies. You can do long, skinny windows. You can do a little decorative thing on the side, and you can do these little setback windows. So you want to have a variety of different windows on your building so everything doesn't look the same. But I will photograph those and put them on Instagram for you. So that's going to be what we're going to do today is the boxes that you've already drawn. Some should have cutouts, okay? We're going to go ahead and start practicing some different windows ideas. And then I will show you guys how to start your city block drawing. Let's get started.